Okay, go ahead.
Today on Nova Legends podcast, I have Bayron Benegas, Lewis goalie. Recently was named United Soccer Coaches All-American. He was Virginia Player of the Year, Division Six. Welcome, Bayron. Thanks for coming.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So, look, I thought we'd get started by talking about the Langley game. As you remember, Lewis, your high school, you guys played Langley in the state quarterfinal, and it was one of those games where it was a defensive game. And neither team had a lot of opportunities, and late in the game, it appeared like it was going to go to overtime, and who knows, probably penalty kicks. And then right before maybe a minute and a half to go, Langley scored, and then with less than probably 40 seconds to go or less, you scored to tie the game as the goalie. So what were you thinking as the clock was winding down? Did you think the game was going to go to overtime and penalty kicks?
I thought the game was just over. That was done, and and then the goal just felt unreal. Like as a keeper, like one of the dream is to score a goal in a soccer game, because as a keeper, your job is to stop the ball. But then sometimes you have to step up and score.
So when was the last time you scored a goal in the game?
Never.
That's the first.
I have at practice. I have, yeah.
But that's the first goal you've ever scored in an organized game?
Yes.
That's unbelievable. So if you watch the replay, Steven Velasquez, a great player, had an incredible long throw all the way across goal into the left side, and the ball was kind of the goalie Amir got a hand on it, and then one of your teammates just kind of flipped the ball to you. So what was the plan going into that? Was there a plan? And take us through the play.
So I was like on the half, and then I looked at Coach Miller. He looks at me, and then he was like, go. So I started sprinting to the other box. I started sprinting. Then I waited on Steven with his long throw, threw it in, and then Joel, or he was a left back, I think he was playing. He took a touch. And then one of the Langley players, it seemed like he had touched it with his hand. So I raised my hand thinking it was a penalty. And then we just kept playing. And then I asked for the ball. He passed it with his thigh, I think it was. Not even his foot, his thigh. He passed it. And then the ball was just coming. I just hit it. I didn't even hit it hard. I just hit it. And it just went to the open space where there was no one there.
You seem so calm. A lot of times when people get in front of the goal, especially in a charged, high pressure situation like that, people get kind of nervous, overhit things. You seem very calm.
I was, because like I said, they just felt unreal. When I scored, it just didn't feel real. It felt like a dream. It just didn't feel real, real at all. Yeah. And I just placed it and I didn't power it because I didn't want to kick it over. So I just tried placing it.
Yeah. Was that one of the greatest moments of your sporting career?
Definitely one of them. Definitely the one, actually.
Yeah. So, and we'll get back to your high school, your last year, but how do you compare playing for your high school, Lewis, with playing with your club, Dorados? What is the experience? You like both? How would you compare the two experiences?
So for Dorados, we had only had practice twice a week, and then for high school, we had practice the whole entire week and maybe some games. And we also had practice Saturday mornings for high school. And for Dorados, we practice more as in individual skills, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And for high school, we practice more as a team, breaking through the lines, possession, shooting, 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v2s.
Yeah.
And then limited touches.
Do you have a preference, high school or club, or do you like both?
Uh, I prefer high school
Nice. How come?
because of the fan support. It's on high school you just play more games like back to back, have practice like every single day. You see the people every single day, and just I always just love to play games.
Yeah,
Like the feeling before the game starts, just amazing.
yeah. It is something special. I had no
Yeah.
idea. My son, as you know, plays for Yorktown, and a lot of people had told us when he signed up that high school it's kickball. He's not going to like it. Focus on club. We, I mean, high school soccer was so exciting and so thrilling as a fan and a parent. You get nervous for club games. I never got nervous for a game as a parent. I used to get nervous when he'd play. Like when we played you guys this year, it was a great game. I mean, it was so tense the whole game. You don't have that kind of excitement at a club. At least I didn't feel that way.
Yeah, I feel like high school games are more intense because of the fans. They start cheering you on, all that, and then you also representing the school.
Yeah. So, well, let's get back. Let's get back to how you got started in soccer. Do you have family members that play soccer?
Oh yes, I have one of them that's playing at CCBC X's at JUCO school in Maryland. His
Oh,
name is Dennis.
is it
Yeah.
cousin?
Yes.
Okay. How about your parents? Did your parents play soccer?
No. I mean, my dad did when he was younger.
Okay. And so,
Yeah.
have you always played goalie?
No. At first, I started off as playing SYC rec. I started off as the center back. But then my freshman year of high school, I decided to be a goalkeeper.
So you didn't play travel until you were in high school?
I didn't play travel till the beginning of COVID.
Wow.
So my
So when did you decide to try goalie? Whose idea was that? Was it your idea?
it was my idea because I just didn't like running.
And so by that time, were you at Dorados or were you still at SYC?
I was because I played one game as a goalkeeper for SYC Rec, and then that was about it. And then I didn't really train much. But then I started training with my cousin Dennis, as I mentioned, as a goalkeeper, and then I just started to develop more. And I went to a Dorados practice once, and I talked to the coach, and ever since I've been playing with them for about 2 years now.
Who was that coach?
His name is Coach Keepy.
Okay. Yeah. So my son Chandler, he played with it used to be called Barca. So when we first started playing travel, he started playing with Barca, many years ago. And then when the age groups changed, it used to be it was basically the school year, and then one year they went to the birth year, and he ended up leaving and going to Joga. But he's back now. He's playing U23 for Dorados and Coach Robbie. It's really cool to be back playing with Dorados again.
Yeah. Today I'm supposed to be having going to the U23 practice today at Lewis. At, I
Oh,
think 7 it is. Yeah.
okay, good. We'll see you there tomorrow night because he's
Okay.
playing. Yeah, it'll be great. So you started playing goalie at SYC, and then you moved to Dorados. When you tried out, did you try out as a goalie or as a field player?
I tried out as a goalkeeper.
Okay, and then you played right away. Were you on the top team right away?
Yes. At the time there was only one team for Dorados,
Mhm.
and then I was the only goalkeeper. So yeah, I was the one playing all game.
Yeah, and right away were you good in the goal, or did you take you some time to get used to it, or did you like take to it right away?
Well, when I started, like I wasn't really, good enough. And my coach Keepy, he helped me develop my diving skills, footwork, passing, also communication skills from the back.
Yeah. So when did you know that you're pretty good? When did you realize, hey, I could be a pretty good goalie? How long did it take?
It took me a while, till last year, my junior year of high school, when we made it to the state finals. Like I knew like that like this was for me. And then during that summer, I started working harder and harder.
Yeah. So, okay, so last year Lewis was in Division 5, and as people who don't know, Virginia divides high schools into 6 different divisions. And last year, some of the Northern Virginia teams were Division 5, some were 6. So Lewis and Yorktown, my son's team, they both went to states, and you guys went all the way to the finals. And I believe you lost to a team in the Virginia Beach area. So tell us about last year. Did you start last year the whole season? And what kind of team did you guys have?
Last year I started like all the games. We had our backup goalkeeper Jason. Um, our team was solid. We had Christian Cruz on top. He was a team MVP. And we went all the way to Roanoke for the state semifinals where he got injured and wasn't able to play for the state finals.
Oh, is that right? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So maybe if he would have played it, it could have been different.
Could have been different on top. We could have gotten like at least 2 goals, 1 goal. But it could have been a whole different game.
Yeah. So this year, and you play in the 04 Dorados team, right? The
Yes.
So how did you guys do this fall? Did you guys have a good fall season? Did you guys play state cup?
Yeah, we played state cup against SYC
Oh,
04 team. There was like familiar faces from our high school team, and we ended up losing 3-2.
yeah, they're a good team.
Yeah, we lost.
Yeah.
And then we went to Florida, to the Disney showcase. I believe we won two of our games and lost one of them. And when we came back, we had our season, which I wasn't able to play because I had a hip flexor strain. And I was also playing high schools, and it was just hard to manage both of them while having an injury that I had to play through.
Yeah. So, well, let's get to high school. And your coach, Coach John, seems to be a real positive guy. What's it like playing for Coach John? And kind of talk about his style a little bit.
So Coach John is an amazing person. Like at the beginning of practice, every single practice we would start off with possession for like 15 minutes, and then we will also play in a box, limited touches, like 2 to 3 touches, and we would play a 4-3-3 during the games with 2 CDMs, 1 cam, and then Alex on top. And most of the time, our right back and left back, they would just push up and try to get through balls, crosses, for us to score.
Yeah. Well, so Stephen Velasquez and probably others, they didn't play high school last year because there are rules. Some clubs frown upon their players playing high school, and so Stephen came out this year, and he's a tremendous right back. Did you guys have to encourage him to come out, or did he want to play?
He wanted to play because of the season we had last year. He believed that we would be able to have an amazing season this year, so he encouraged himself to come out and play for us.
Yeah. So, well, look, you guys had a tremendous regular season. I think you guys lost to us and maybe one more, but you guys tremendous. And then you got upset in the first round of districts by Mount Vernon. Did that game surprise you?
I was surprised because I believed our team was able to win, but at the first 20 minutes of the first half, our teams was like the team didn't have the intensity that we needed to win the game, and Mount Vernon just caught us lacking, and then they scored 2 goals, and then we were down 2-0. The second half came through. We were down 2-0, and then I had to sub off because of my hip flexor strain, and it was winning for me. And at the time I came out, I believe it was 2-1, and then Marilyn Torres scored a PK, which tied it up 2-2, and then Mount Vernon scored with the deflection from our defender, and then we ended up losing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. How discouraging was that loss? Did you guys feel like you can bounce back in the regionals like you did, or were you guys very discouraged with that loss?
The first, like the beginning, like we were like, oh, like we could have won that game. That win was all like that win was ours. We let our fans down, but I believe that game made us stronger because after that game, every single game after that, we would start off with 100% from the start to the end, and I believe that helped us to I believe that helped us get to like state quarterfinals versus Langley.
Yeah. Well, West Potomac. So they lost a lot of games this year. We beat them pretty easy. I wouldn't say easily, but we beat them pretty soundly. But they got hot in late in the year. They got a guy, Jesse from SYC came and joined them back. They got some of the top players back in the mix. What was the West Potomac regional final like? I know they beat you guys 2-1, I believe.
It was 1-0.
I'm sorry, 1-0.
Yeah. The game, it was pretty intense. We weren't able to score. But at the second half, we scored twice. No, we scored once, but it was caught offsides. And then like the ball was bouncing in, and one of the defenders just smacked it away, but the ref wasn't able to see it. And so, yeah, it was unlucky. And then they ended up scoring. It was a 1v1 and golden goal, 1v1, and then he scored.
Yeah. So, but you're lucky enough, you didn't win districts, you didn't win regionals, but you're still alive and you get to play Langley. And we talked about that Langley game a little bit, how you tied the game up. Empty net came up and you scored an incredible goal. One of the most exciting moments I've ever seen live in sports. But then going into overtime in that Langley game, their goalie is a basketball player. He's a very inexperienced goalie. So you guys have to feel at 1-1. If you guys can get the game to penalty kicks, you got a very experienced goalie in yourself against a very new goalie. So what was the strategy going in? You had to feel very confident in the overtime.
Well, we wanted to end up game right away, but we would have wanted to go to penalties just because I know I would be able to, help the team out in PKs and able to save like a couple shots. And as she mentioned, the keeper was inexperienced, a basketball player, not much experience, maybe in PKs. So that would have been one of our advantages.
Yeah, but they scored a goal in the last few seconds. Incredible early cross. So when they had an early cross and a header by a guy named Dante Tassado. When the ball was crossed, did you have any play on that ball? What do you remember about that play, the winning goal?
I just remember the guy running through the right wing, crossed it in, and it was raining, like it was pouring that time. And the Langley player headed it in. I was gonna grab it, and they just slipped through my gloves because of the weather, and it went in. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a great game for neutrals. I know it was heartbreaking, but I mean, you guys have played so well. But you won so many postseason awards. As I said before, you're All-American, Player of the Year in the state. You won All-Region, Player of the Year. How does that make you feel? I mean, the team didn't do so well, and I know you wish they would have done better. But it must have been a great feeling to get all this credit for your hard work.
Well, I didn't really expect none of it. Like at the beginning of the season, my goal was to get at least first team district and first team regionals. Like I wasn't expecting the Player of the Year award or even All-American. So I know with my hard work, passion, and dedication, I'll be able to be great in life and my soccer career, hopefully. And I just gotta keep working hard every day.
Yeah. Well, congratulations again. And now I believe you're going to Marymount, and I think a Washington Liberty player, Bayron Benegas, going there too. I think there's a few more local players that are going. Who's the coach at Marymount? And tell us a little bit about the opportunity there.
So at the beginning of my high school, my soccer high school, I didn't have no offers at all, anything. I wasn't sure if I even wanted to do college soccer, just because I didn't have any offers or any interest. But like I said, I kept working hard, and then my hopes for Marymount is to continue working hard at each practice and team lifts, and I hope to make a positive impact on the team. Like, doesn't matter if I'm on the pitch or on the bench. I'm just make sure I support each and every teammate.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you play the way you've been playing, you're going to make an impact really quickly. You're really a really good goalie, and great kid and a great teammate. So, well, look, Bayron, again, I want to thank you for providing a very special moment. It was great for fans of high school soccer, fans of soccer. It was an amazing moment for you to do that. You showed so much poise and courage, and your team was really good. My son Chandler, he believes that you guys were the best team they played all year. He says you guys are really good, fast in the midfield. You play well together. So I think you're a great goalie, great team. So, wish you the best of luck. And, thanks again for talking to me.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Have a great day, buddy.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Okay, bye.